The science of phobias is relevant for those who deal with phobias themselves or have family members who do. It is beneficial to be aware of phobias to understand how to help loved ones cope or understand them. Imagine being so terrified of something as common as a butterfly that you can't even step outside during the day. This isn't just an exaggerated fear, it's a real phobia that affects people's daily lives. Did you know that over 10 million Americans suffer from some type of phobia? Today we'll explore what causes these irrational fears and how they can be treated, shedding light on a condition that's more common than you think. Phobias, which stem from a variety of causes and manifest in different forms, can significantly impact daily life, but with the right understanding of these phobias and how they are caused, coping strategies, as well as treatments, they can be effectively managed and overcome. So, what are some types and causes of phobias? Martin Anthony says a phobia is essentially an intense fear that is way out of a proportion to the actual danger present. It's not just any fear, it's one that significantly disrupts a person's life. For example, if you're afraid of snakes but it doesn't impact your daily activities, it's just a fear. But if your fear of snakes prevents you from leaving your house, enjoying movies, or even causing nightmares, then it's likely a phobia because it is interfering with your daily life. Anthony says phobias can develop in different ways depending on the person. There are three main pathways identified. The first is through a negative experience, like being bitten by a dog or having a car accident, which can lead to fear of dogs or driving. The second is through modeling, where we learn by observing others. For example, if you see your parents being afraid of driving, you might develop that fear yourself. The third pathway is through information or instruction, where warnings from parents or media can instill fear. However, these pathways don't affect everyone the same way. For instance, two people might experience a car accident, but only one develops a fear of driving. Genetics also play a role in how susceptible we are to developing fears. Lastly, there's the concept of preparedness, which suggests that evolution has made us more likely to fear certain things, like spiders and snakes, rather than harmless things like flowers. Now that we've talked about what causes phobias and the different types out there, let's dive into how we can actually tackle these fears. Understanding the root of the problem is just the first step. Knowing how to manage and treat phobias is crucial for those who are affected. So let's explore the treatment options available. The best way to treat phobias is through exposure therapy. Many of us have overcome fears by gradually facing them. Martin Anthony encourages people to think about fears they've conquered, like being afraid of the dark as a child or feeling nervous on the first day of a job or a date. He points out that these situations become easier because we faced them repeatedly and learned they weren't so dangerous after all. Exposure therapy works on the same principle. Anthony and his team develop plans where individuals slowly expose themselves to their fears at their own pace, without being forced, starting with less challenging scenarios and gradually moving to harder ones. This gradual exposure is key to treating phobias, though other strategies might also be helpful, such as a cognitive behavior therapy and medication. Do people have phobias? Do people who have phobias and use exposure therapy need to keep practicing to prevent the spider from coming back? Anthony explains that yes, fear can return, and several factors might contribute to this. One factor is a long period without encountering the feared situation. Another is experiencing a traumatic event related to the fear. For example, if someone overcomes a fear of driving, but then has a car accident, the fear might come back. Therefore, it's recommended that some maintenance exposure can be continued when possible. Anthony explains that during therapy with his clients who have phobias, he often encourages people to do beyond what they need for daily life. For instance, with the fear of spiders, he might start with a person standing a few feet away from a spider in a jar, gradually getting closer until they can hold the jar and eventually even touch the spider. This way, if they don't see a spider for a while and a bit of fear returns, it won't interfere with their life. It is essential to continue practicing these strategies even after initial success to ensure long-term management. By staying informed and proactive, individuals can lead more fulfilling lives free from the constraints of their phobias. Phobias, which stem from a variety of causes and manifest in different forms, can significantly impact daily life, but with the right understanding of these phobias and how they are caused. Coping strategies, as well as treatments, can be effectively managed and overcome. Imagine a life where your fears no longer hold you back, and where you can face challenges with confidence and resilience by understanding phobias and utilizing effective coping strategies. Life is within reach. Remember, the first step towards conquering your fears is acknowledging them. Let's embrace that journey together and unlock our true potential.